If you think I'll leave you, God forbid, yeah. If you leave me, die be this, yeah. You just show me things I can't resist, yeah. I go mention your name to the whole wide world. It be you that give me joy. Better make us suffer so you don't cry. If it be heavy food today, I will go sky. Maybe true what they talk me, I know they lie you. If you leave me today, girl, I don't die. If you think I'll leave you, God forbid, yeah. If you leave me, die be this, yeah. You show me things I can't resist, yeah. I could mention your name to the whole wide world. You would give me joy.
Right, a very good afternoon to you if you just logged in into London's Afropolitan station ABN Radio UK. This is Sports Link Up Africa with me, Kente Kufo, and I also go with me in the studio, the one and only Mr. Samuel Sapon. Sammy, a very good afternoon to you. How you doing?
I'm good, Kente. Good afternoon.
Sammy, tell me they can't hear you. You know, I would like to hear you. I would like to hear you because we've got a lot coming up today. So I want to feel you. Once again, Sammy, good afternoon to you. How you doing?
Good afternoon, Kente. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Sammy, we've got a lot coming up on the show. Coming up on the show today, we shall be discussing the Premier League. We all know what is going on in the Premier League, especially the race for the top four. Chelsea is breathing down the neck of Tottenham Hotspur, especially Chelsea winning yesterday, closing the gap on Tottenham to only 2 points. We shall also be talking about the relegation battle. The relegation battle is on because at the moment we go to the Premier League, the business side of the Premier League. Talking about Swansea. Swansea is in trouble. Southampton is in trouble. Huddersfield is in trouble. West Ham that are playing against the winners of the Premier League, Man City, and they are down, I believe, 4-1. They are in trouble, bang in trouble as well. And Southampton are also in trouble. And also Stoke City, who won, I think they drew yesterday. They are in trouble as well. And West Brom won yesterday. So West Brom, have they got alive? Have they got their life back? They are hanging in the thread.
They are going down.
Right. All this and more coming up. And also, Sammy, I'm glad to tell our listeners that we'll be crossing over to Zambia during the second half of the show to speak to one of their leading sports journalists. We do remember the fatal plane crash 20 years ago, carrying about 25 members of the Zambian national team that crashed. And we all knew what happened. It's 20 years on now. It happened in 1993. 20 years on now. So we shall be crossing over to Zambia to speak to one of their leading sports journalists to find out how that has really affected the country as a whole. And also we shall be crossing over to Egypt to speak to somebody that knows Mohamed Salah, that little Egyptian magician. We're going to speak to one of a gentleman in Egypt that knows him very well to get an insight to what you expect from Mo Salah come Tuesday night in Roma. So all this and more coming up right after this. Keep locked in. Welcome back to the conversation, and once again a very good afternoon to you. If you just logged in into London's Afropolitan station ABN Radio UK, this is Sports Link of Africa with me, Kente Kufu, and like I said, and I've got Samuel Sapon sitting right in front of me. Samuel, we've got a lot to discuss today, like we said earlier. But before we even come up to that, we've got a big game at Old Trafford. I believe the team sheet is out, so can you quickly just walk us through the team sheet?
Yeah, Kente, it's 15 minutes to go for that kickoff. And,
big game.
Yeah, it's a big game, and it's normally the games between these two sides. It's one good game that you would expect, but as it happened to Manchester United last season, because they prioritized the Europa League, it's happening to Arsenal now. So you realize that with Manchester, they've paraded a strong squad. They have David De Gea in goal, Lindelof and Chris Smalling, the two centre backs, Ashley Young left back. Valencia. They have in midfield they have Andy Herrera, Matic, and Paul Pogba. And the front three, they are playing 4-4-3, and the front three is Lingard, Lukaku, and Alexis Sanchez. Wow. Yeah, and on the bench they have Rojo, Mata, Martial, Rashford, Fellaini, McTominay, and Joel Castro. Okay. And on the Arsenal side, it's an interesting pick. The selection is interesting. They have David Ospina in goal. Oh, wow. I don't know why he chose went for. I don't know if he'll be using Czech in the Europa League Thursday, or he's just trying to get David Ospina up to speed for consistency. Okay. So, but at the back, he had this youngster they signed in January from Greece. It's Mavropanos. Mavropanos and Callum Chambers. They are the centre backs for Arsenal. And Kolasinac at the left back. Bellerin plays. Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Granit Xhaka in midfield. And the three behind the main, the main striker is Henry Mkhitaryan, Reece Nelson, and Alex Iwobi. And they have Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang leading the attack. And the substitutes, they have Rob Holding, Nacho Monreal, Danny Welbeck, Peter Cech, Edin Ketia, Jordi Osei-Wusu, and Joe Willock. And Joe Willock. Yeah. Okay, I mean, so that means Wenger has made a lot of changes, wholesale of changes. What do you think he might be going through his head at the moment? Yeah, it's like I pointed earlier. It's just a trade of sort of because he's prioritizing the Europa League, and I said this could end up A2. Or it could also bring up, we will see rising stars coming out of it. Remember, 2 seasons ago, when we played over there against a weakened team because of injury. Yes, that was 2 years ago when Louis van Gaal was there. Yeah. That was when Marcus Rashford came to light. Yes, indeed. So some of these opportunities, some of these games, there are two things that could happen. You can be wiped out throughout. Like they can Manchester United can score a lot of goals against Arsenal. Yes, indeed. Out of these games, too, stars are birth during these games. So it's people will look at it, and we are not going to get all that the good game that you anticipate. But you never know, this football, and some of these youngsters, I hope some of these youngsters take their chances and go ahead to become whom the prospects that we think they can become. So it's going to be an interesting one in about 10 minutes time.
10 minutes time. I mean, Wenger, I think it's the 27th time I think Wenger has played a United team, and this 27th time that he's been at the dugout. And this kind of game, we do remember vividly that this kind of game can produce a lot of excitement, and it is known for producing excitement over the years. Talking about, I think, 1998 when Mark Overmars winner in 1998, and also down the line, remember in 2002, Martin Keown versus Ruud van Nistelrooy. That's something that, and also the Battle of the Buffet as well. I mean, this game is known for producing excitement. And do you think Jose Mourinho came out recently to say, you know what, he has really enjoyed playing against a manager like Arsene Wenger? What do you think will be going through Wenger's mind and will be going to Mourinho's mind? Do you think maybe Wenger will be thinking, you know what, let me try and get one win over Mourinho, so when I bow out of the game, at least I end on a high against Jose?
Yeah, you see, the thing is that it's sad that they have to play this match in between two Europa games, which has been prioritized by Arsenal.
Yes, indeed.
So that's a sad aspect, and he couldn't risk, because they gave a lot of these players gave a lot on Thursday, so he can't risk them on Sunday against United and expect them to also deliver on another on Thursday. So it's sad that he has to really go for a weekend side, like a weekend side in goals. Hopefully they come out and take the opportunity that we are giving them. Mourinho wants to secure the second spot. Because,
yes, indeed.
Liverpool is also
Liverpool is just bringing down.
To secure the second, so Mourinho will go for the kill and aim to get a very good result.
Yes,
at
indeed.
the end of the day, for Mourinho, it's business as usual.
Business as usual, isn't it?
But if you compare the two teams, last season, for instance, when Mourinho prioritized the Europa League,
yes,
his squad at the Emirates was a bit stronger than what
we seem to be parading today.
Now.
All right, yeah, I totally believe in what you're saying, and yes, I do understand the reason why maybe Wenger is going to Old Trafford, the Lions Den, with a weekend team, because maybe he's got one of his eyes on the Europa League on Thursday nights in Atletico. If you want to join in the conversation, the number to call is 0208-191-7078 or 0208-670-7300. You can even WhatsApp or text me on 0788-7475-940. When we do come back, we couldn't cross over to the chief sports editor of The Voice newspaper, Rodney Hines, to help preview the big game at Old Trafford. Keep logged in. We'll be right back.
The Discourse on ABN Radio, engaging our community with discerning conversation.
Join me, Esther Alade, on The Discourse, where we will be redefining perspectives with authentic analysis.
Join The Discourse from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. on ABN Radio.
This Friday and every Friday on ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan radio station. Inspiration with Bright every Sunday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. is just fun. It's exciting. It's a mix of contemporary R&B and pop gospel music right here on ABN Radio. Enjoy great tunes every Sunday evening with Bright on Mixpiration, a blend of great inspiring songs just for your Sunday evening relaxation. Tune in from 6 to 8 p.m. this and every Sunday on ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan radio station.
It was a well-paying job, respectable, wearing a suit and tie every day. But I drank 24/7. Drank on the way to work, drank at work.
I never could come to terms with admitting that I had an alcohol problem or a pill problem.
I decided to get clean, and so I went to the Narconon program.
Not only did I handle my drug addiction, I completely knew how to live life. Call Narconon today at 01435 512 460. 01435 512 460.
It's here, the African Gospel Music and Media Awards 2018, celebrating excellence. On the 2nd of June 2018, at East London Arts and Music Main Auditorium, 45 Maltings Close, Bromley by Bow, London, E3 3TA, from 6 p.m, featuring Joe Metal, Diana Hamilton, Isabella, Called Out Music, Shekinah, Dena Mwanga, Afri David, Angel Bernard, Judith Sefuma, Blessing Ali, and Reaper's Choir. For tickets and information, visit AfricanGospelMusicAwards.com or call 07906 932 670. The African Gospel Music and Media Awards 2018, celebrating excellence.
Clap your hands and dance it.
Tune in to the new ABN Breakfast Show from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. The London City Show has evolved into an all-new breakfast show with sizzling slices of juicy newsy current affairs served with junior jumbo-sized convos on issues you should be aware of. What did I just say? The ABN Breakfast Show, the Afropolitan breakfast you can't afford to miss.
Consider that life wasted. Consider the heart ripped out of a family. Consider the potential never realized. Are these the things you consider when you carry a knife? It's not about street cred. It's about staying alive. Drop that knife, save your life.
ABN Radio, home of Afrobeats.
Fini, en tout a changé de côté, oh. Maripana, elle a changé de côté, oh. Nangere, nangere, wa. Nangere, nangere, wa. Nangere, nangere, wa. Nangere, nangere, wa. Dieu merci pour moi, je savais chanter un peu, oh. J'ai fait ma cassette, oh. On peut voir à la télé, oh. Matin, midi, soir, c'est moi, je chante à la radio, oh. Quand tout a vu ça, tu le cas où a pensé, oh. Attends, je vais partir le couper, oh. Mais on dit premier gaou n'est pas gaou, oh. C'est deuxième gaou qui est nyata, oh. On dit premier gaou n'est pas gaou, oh. Deuxième gaou qui est nyata, oh. Dimanche matin et coco, on frappe à ma porte, oh. À ma grande surprise, oh, c'est la go en tout, je vois, oh. Assemblage, j'ai dit, oh, y'a longtemps, on s'est plus revu, oh. Elle veut me mentir, oh, elle dit, chérie, j'avais voyagé, oh. Je suis de retour, oh. Je t'appartiens, oh. Prends-moi cadeau, oh. Fais ce que tu veux, oh. Mais on dit, premier gaou n'est pas gaou, oh. C'est deuxième gaou qui est nyata, oh. J'ai dit chérie coco, qu'est-ce que tu veux manger, oh. Sans même hésiter, oh. Elle me dit poulet braisé, oh. Tant on te dit premier gaou n'est pas gaou, oh. C'est deuxième gaou qui est nyata, oh. J'ai dit chérie coco, c'est poulet tu veux manger, oh. Poulet est trop petit, oh. Ça fait pas de la sasier, oh. C'est caïma braisé, oh. Je vais te donner, oh. Les genoux d'éléphant, oh. Tu vas manger, oh. Nangere, nangere, wa. Nangere, nangere, wa. Elle est fâchée, elle dit elle s'en va à la maison. Si elle va à la maison, population va me tuer, oh. Je lui ai demandé pardon et elle a accepté, oh. À un moment donné, elle a tout gâté, oh. Elle est quittée dans poulet, elle s'en va dans le logo. Ici c'est à logo, c'est pas compliqué, oh. mano, tu vas guier, au lieu de fourchette, ça peut pas bien piquer, c'est avec gâteau, tu vas manger, nangere nangere wa, nangere nangere wa, nangere nangere wa, nangere nangere wa. Mais on dit premier gaou n'est pas gaou, c'est deuxième gaou qui est nyatao. Marque gaou, blé gaou, sorojo gaou, sabindo so gaou, angelo gaou, kokorino gaou, eda nyatao, tiefi nyatao, kade nyatao, kade kuma nyatao, eda nyatao, Raje Michel gaou, Emile gaou, Oko Kima gaou.
Yes, indeed. That was Premier Gao from Magic System. If you want to join in a conversation, the number to call is 0208 191 7078 or 0208 670 7300. And also, you can text me on 0788 7475940. I've got a couple of text messages coming through already, and I will try and read them out. But before I do that, let's quickly cross over to speak to the main man behind the Voice of Sports on this very steady radio station every Saturday between 4 and 6, and also the chief sports editor for the Voice newspaper, Rodney Hines, joining us on the line. Rodney, a very good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you, sir. How you doing?
Not too bad, Rodney. I've got Samuel Sapon with me in the studio as well, just in case you probably want to ask you something. Right, Rod, I know your time is fast, but let's quickly jump on to Arsene Wenger. He made a couple of wholesale changes at the game at Old Trafford today. What do you think is going through his mind?
I would imagine the second leg of the Europa League tie against Atletico Madrid on Thursday is going through his mind. As you said, it's a very young team he's putting out against Man United. That could be quite costly. But he's resting players with the game against Atletico at 1-1. And we'll see if he's justified with that.
Yes, indeed. We're going to see last Thursday, the Thursday just gone, we all witnessed Atletico Madrid was down to 10 men for quite a long time, but yet still, Arsenal wasn't able to get a job done. Do you tip them to get a job done in Spain?
You'd have to say highly unlikely, but if you rest players, it gives them every chance, I'd imagine.
Okay. Do you reckon? Atletico Madrid is also playing today. They've also rested a couple of players in their game as well. Yeah. How do you see that game panning out? Do you reckon maybe Wenger and the players of Arsenal Football Club will think, we're going to try and get this job done because as a gift for Arsene Wenger for buying out of the game?
Yeah, well, they had a massive opportunity to do that on Thursday night. Atletico were down to 10 men very early. They even lost their manager, Mr. Simeone, quite early. Yep. And Arsenal had chance after chance to literally put the whole thing to bed inside the first half. 2 or 3-0 makes it really difficult for Atletico. The Griezmann goal, lastminute.com, gives Arsenal a massive, massive problem because they have to score now. That's the bottom line, and sadly that game is a little cameo of why Arsene Wenger has to leave the football club.
Yes, indeed. I totally agree with you on that, Rodney. And let me bring you back to I think you were at the game this afternoon, isn't it? The West Ham game.
Yes, it's ended West Ham 1, Manchester City 4. The champions of England would give a guard of honour by West Ham before kick-off, but there was very little else in terms of charity going on. City was simply brilliant. Listen, we've seen them involved in some really fantastic games of football. They've lost a couple of games, most notably to Liverpool in the Champions League and in the league itself. But today they were just simply sublime. Leroy Sané, De Bruyne, and it was nice that Yaya Toure came on towards the end and gave a lovely little cameo. City the football was a blur sometimes. Absolutely fantastic to watch.
That puts West Ham in danger of relegation as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely right. West Ham are in grave danger. The only thing I would say is that Southampton and Stoke are in grave danger as well. Yeah. West Ham may just survive because there might be 2 or 3 teams better off. There might be a few teams worse off than them. So it's going to be interesting, but West Ham could have done without this beating today.
Rodney, thank you very much. I know you have to go to the press conference. I'll leave you there.
No worries.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming on. Bye-bye. That was the chief sports editor for the Voice newspaper, Rodney Hines. Unfortunately, we have to cut him short because he was just about to get into the room for the press conference between West Ham and Manchester City, who just won 4-1. Samuel, let me come to you. I know the game at Old Trafford has started already. Is going on at the moment. How is it going? Do you think who is on top at the moment?
So it's like an even game, and they've started. Arsenal started well. It's an even game. It's 2 minutes. I think they played a little bit over 2 minutes. So there isn't much to really say about it for now. Okay. But they've started well. They've started very well.
All right, let's talk about let's open the conversation up a little bit. Let's talk about the relegation battle in the Premier League. At the moment, you could see West Ham lost today, and like Rodney rightly just said earlier on when we spoke to him, it is West Ham can find themselves in a relegation battle because at the moment West Ham are on 15. They are sitting 15th with 35 points. Huddersfield also 16th with 35 points, followed by Swansea City, who lost yesterday against a very determined Chelsea side, 1-0. They are also sitting 17th with 33 points. And Southampton are on 18th with 32 points, and Stoke City 30 points, and West Brom 28 points. That means West Ham United can be pushed into the relegation battle.
Yeah, it's because of the win yesterday for Southampton. It just sunk all those teams back into the relegation. But I still believe that the three who are there now, Southampton, Stoke, and West Brom, are still candidates to go out. Because with Swansea, for instance, Swansea, I think the 3 games that are left for Swansea, 2 are at home to relegation sides.
Yes.
So at least I'm expecting them to take points from in those games. So if they are able to do that, I think they'll stay up. West Ham, they played us now. They are playing City, and it's very difficult to beat all these teams. So I think the matches that are left for West Ham, they should be fine. They should be enough to stay up. I still think the three who are bottom now will go. I believe that they are the ones who will be relegated.
All right, and let's talk about Stoke City as well. The Porters yesterday, they played. It was a good game for them. And the manager Paul Lambert was hoping the results goes his way in other games. I mean, they are where they are.
Yeah, you see, Lambert has come in, and you realize that they are not winning matches, but they've become very difficult to beat.
Yes, indeed.
Considering where they were under Mark Hughes. Mark Hughes did very well with Stoke. I think for the 3 years that he did very well. That recently things were not going, so they had to change. And he had come in, and he has a well-drilled side, and it's very difficult to beat them. Okay, so and it even showed at Liverpool.
They are 3 points adrift of safety.
Yeah, Stoke, they are in already.
Stoke are in already.
They are in already. And I still think they will go, because as much as Lambert has been able to get them very difficult to beat, they have not been able to score and to close matches. You understand? Sometimes they will take the lead and get into the end of there's an equalizer and all that. So that has been their bane. And I think it is very difficult for them to catch any of those above them, even though it's that close, because all these teams, Huddersfield is the one that I would say, because they now have to, the 3 matches they are playing City, I think City, Arsenal, and City, Arsenal, and I think City, Arsenal, and not United. That is, I think one of the
they've got Huddersfield, they've got Man City, Chelsea, and Arsenal still to come.
So you see that's the thing. But interestingly,
that'll be a tough road.
But interestingly, some of the things that you might think that because of the run that they have, it's so difficult. They might end up even picking points on that run, that run that you expect that they are not going to survive, and they expect them picking points from that run. The last match against Arsenal, for instance, I don't really. They can beat Arsenal. Okay. That last game, if it has to be the league, if Arsenal is still even in the
Europa League, I think they will prioritize that.
Yeah, they will prioritize that. So it's all for they have to go for the kill. At the end of the day, they are 11 players. You prioritize 11 players, especially when you are playing at home. You make it count.
Yes, indeed. I totally agree with you. You have to try and make it count. Let me just quickly shout out Saminate, Saminate. Saminate, thank you very much for listening to London Metropolitan's station, ABN Radio UK. This is Sports Link Up with me, Kente Kufu, and somewhere up on Saminate here, all the way in Accra, Ghana. Once again, a very good afternoon to you, and I hope to hear from you soon. Let's talk about Huddersfield a little bit. I mean, they had a chance yesterday, and they were basically an architect of their own downfall yesterday. Huddersfield. Look, they were supposed to, all the possession that they got against Everton yesterday, still they end up with nothing.
Yeah, I think they should have really, with Everton, they should have taken points. Because
Everton punished them.
Yeah, because Everton has not been good on the road, so they should have taken, at least they should have gotten a draw. That's the least. Playing Everton to lose that 2-0 at home, especially when you need that point, you need those points. I think that game against Everton, because if they are even taking a point, that would have at least upped their skills a bit, and they would have at least given them a little bit of breather. That compared to that, but I still think it's the win for Southampton. That's what is making the difference. Now.
Yes, indeed.
Because had Southampton lost or even drew, it wouldn't have been. But now they all have to look over their shoulders. And remember when they 2 weeks ago, they people were even saying, "Oh, they'll be safe."
Yeah.
But you see, because of all the Southampton win and all that, now they have to look over their shoulders. And it's become the interesting bit. the relegation fight has become the interesting bit in the league at the moment. The top four, people think, we all assume that it's already done. Those who get there already done. Unless Tottenham decide to do their own thing, which they normally do when they lose a match and it affects them and they lose the subsequent ones.
Yeah.
So if Tottenham... then Chelsea will be there to pounce.
Yes, indeed. I totally believe that Chelsea will also be there to pounce. Chelsea at the moment are breathing down their neck. Only 2 points separating those two London clubs. If you want to join in the conversation, the number to call is 0208 191 7078 or 0208 6707 300. You can also WhatsApp or text us on 078874 75940. Like I said earlier on, we have a lot of text messages coming through. Just keep calm, be patient with me. I'll try and read all the text messages when we come back from the break. But before we do go for the break, Sammy, what is happening at Old Trafford?
They've played 10 minutes and it's an end-to-end stuff. 10 minutes gone, it's an end-to-end stuff. And Xhaka just tackled Sanchez and laying on to him. I really enjoyed that anyway.
You really? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
I knew like some of these things, some of these will come in, but it's been end-to-end stuff. Arsenal is playing as if they don't really care whatever the outcome will be. And I think so far those who have been drafted in to play, they have given, like, they are doing very well. So far, it's been good. But United, Pogba had a chance, and he shot it wide. It was a good chance. He should have scored, but he shot it wide. It's been an end-to-end stuff.
End-to-end stuff, yeah, brilliant stuff. All right. Like I said, if you want to join in the conversation, you can text me on 07887475 Still to come on the show, we shall be crossing over to Zambia. Like I said earlier on the beginning of the show, we all know what happened 20 years ago, 1993 to be precise, when that plane carrying the Zambian national team for World Cup qualifier crashed, and all the crew and the team on board died in that sudden day. So look, we'll be crossing over to Zambia to speak to one of their leading sports journalists, and also we'll be crossing over to Egypt to speak to somebody that knows Mo Salah really, really well, and also what to expect from Mo Salah come Tuesday when they travel to Italy to face Roma. All this and more coming up right after the break.
I'm a dreamer, but it's hard to...
Oh man, the knot is so bling. Remember this huge tune? Do your silly bike trick. Is it cricket? We're loving it. We're troubling sidekicks. Oh, have a cup of tea.
We can't totally recall the noughties, like if you had PPI and a loan, credit card or mortgage, for example. Luckily, we don't have to. Many PPI providers now have online checking tools. Search FCA PPI for more info.
Do it now!
Wondering where we are off to? Well, from the 1st of May 2018, ABN TV will be moving from Sky Channel 235 to Sky Channel 195. ABN TV is still available on Virgin TV Channel 842. ABN TV, your favorite black broadcaster. What do you like for breakfast?
Well, it depends what mood I'm in. If I'm happy, I like a little bit of porridge with banana because I'm feeling healthy. If I'm in a...
Me, I like a bit of fruit. Nice apples, sliced apples.
I love a cinnamon and raisin bagel, some scrambled eggs, and a...
I say nice English bit.
Salad, fruit and orange.
I like wholemeal bagel with a bit of cream cheese on it and some bacon and then some avocado. And on the side, I like to have
fried egg with bacon, with baked beans, toast.
I normally take my cocoa. Yeah, I'm a Ghanaian. I'm a typical Ghanaian, so I like my cocoa.
I'm not too sure. I normally don't eat breakfast.
It doesn't matter how you like your breakfast, or you may not like breakfast at all, but you will love the sound of your radio when the breakfast is Afropolitan. Watch out for the new ABN Radio Breakfast Show with Efuadum and Abeye Bonsu. ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan radio station.
Consider that life wasted. Consider the heart of the family ripped apart. Consider the potential never realized. Are these the things you consider when you carry a knife? It's not about street cred or respect. It's about staying alive. Drop that knife and save a life. Quentin Slowly, supporting all family and young people.
This is your girl Diana Hamilton, and you're listening to ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan station. I love this station.
Right, I need to cut out the music as soon as possible. There has been a go at Old Trafford. Someone bring it up to speed. What happened?
Yeah, it's inexperienced stuff because they lost the ball. Arsenal lost the ball in midfield. Reece Nelson, he thinks he was fouled by the referee, or the referee waved play on, and for Pogba, there's two. Let me what this. There was a delivery from the right hand side,
okay.
And Sanchez headed the ball to the post, and the rebound came off Pogba to score. It's just inexperience, because if Arsenal had played the full strength, I don't think that
would have happened.
No,
so that brings me back to the question when Rodney said, "Look, Arsenal will probably end up paying the price for fielding a young side."
Yeah, but you can argue that they will pay a price, but you see, it gives the players experience, and Man United paid the same price last season when. But their squad was a bit strong, but at least Pogba, I think that much Pogba didn't play and all that. So it's.
But it's important that Arsenal, because Wenger is bowing out for 22 years. Well, don't you think it's important? Maybe you need to lead the club on high.
Leaving the club on a high, winning this match will not going to guarantee you fourth place. That's one.
But Europa League as well, at the moment, the position they find themselves in is not going to guarantee them a win.
Listen, top four in the Europa League, they have more chance in the Europa League than playing for top four.
Okay.
So why don't you rather prioritize the Europa League?
Okay.
So I don't want. It's understandable for me. You're not going to get into top four through the league.
Yeah.
The Europa League is 1-1. People are saying that you're not going to go through because you have to score over there, and Atletico is hard to beat. But at the end of the day, you have to prioritize, because if you even parade all your full squad, you can still even lose to Manchester United anyway.
I mean, I totally agree with that.
What would have been the point?
It's true. Right?
And you are playing 3 matches in 7 days. Using this team play 3 matches in 7 days.
Is that not just an excuse? Because most of the team go to the same spell.
No, you don't go to on a regularly like that. But even
they are professionals.
But they are human beings. I was watching. I checked Atletico squad, and like I was saying, the All Black is even out of the whole squad. The goalkeeper, even the goalkeeper is out of the whole squad. The goalkeeper, who most of the time doesn't really do a lot of running.
Are you making excuses for Arsenal already?
No, I'm not making excuses. What I'm trying to say is that the manager was right in parading these players.
The young side.
The young side.
I do understand the point. Look, you need to try and give the young players the chance to play football, to get some game time underneath their belt. It does really make sense. But
even if they lose this one, and like I said, with how Arsenal has been playing, especially on the run, on the road,
yes, indeed,
in the league, they've had their full set, and they've lost to teams like they've lost to Swansea, they've lost to Stoke, they've lost to all these Watford and all that. So they can even have their full squad and still lose at Manchester United. But at the end of the day, if you have your squad and you lose, and you don't make this the players that where you think you can get access to the Champions League and even win a trophy, you have that. Why would you want to sacrifice that for a league that is already done?
All right, let me just quickly read a text message that just came through. Someone said, "Well, Samuel, we do understand your point." It said, "Kente, tell your guest, he's my co-host, by the way." Says, "Samuel, we do understand your point, but don't you think, like I just asked you, you've started the show by making excuses for Arsenal Football Club and maybe Arsene Wenger? They had a chance. They said they have the chance to win at home against Atletico, down to 10 men. Still, they were not able to get the job done. So it's not a guarantee that when they go to, I know it's football, anything can happen."
No one is talking about guarantees here. So that's the more reason why that you have to you want to do whatever is best. You put your players in a situation whereby you give them the best platform to perform. If they don't perform, that's
and Wenger has been given the best platform to perform in 22 years,
and he's done that. So
he has not won the Champions League. He has not won. He won the last time he won the Premier League for Arsenal.
I've seen managers who have won the Champions League and they've gotten sacked.
Don't you think Arsenal fans will love to see their team, the North London club, win a Champions League?
If they want to see their North London club, Arsenal fans want to see their North London club win the Champions League, they should behave like the supporters of at Liverpool.
Okay, how do they just explain? How do they?
You don't go to Liverpool. Listen, sometimes Liverpool play. You see, Liverpool, they don't really have superstars. Okay,
they play as a team.
They play as a team. That's one. And two, when they are playing, there's a 12th person.
Which is the fans.
But
you see, that has been a problem. Look, I do remember vividly when I used to go to support Arsenal back in the days, and also even when we moved to they moved to Emirates. I had a chance of reporting on some of the games there. The atmosphere at Arsenal Football Club is flat. That one is a fact.
It's flat. You see, the supporters of Arsenal, they want everything, but they don't want to put anything. Because sometimes I hear them. For instance, against Atletico, for instance. your team was like they were caged over there. They were caged in they made sure that these people were caged in their own house. The Atletico players were playing. It took Lacazette. I think at that time they were winning. Were 1-0 out. Lacazette was just like you at Anfield. You get it non-stop.
I do understand. Sorry to cut you. Sorry to talk over you, but I can make a case for Arsenal fan. Maybe they've not been given enough to cheer about over the years.
They were winning 1-0.
They spent. Arsenal season ticket is one of the most expensive. I remember back in the days when I was at uni, I did my dissertation on football ticket prices, and Arsenal ticket prices is the most highest in the Premier League
because they play
and the fans has been staffed with glory for quite a long time.
You see, Kente, these same fans were the same fans who were glorying at the time when they went unbeaten.
Yeah,
they were the same fans who, when they had the Wenger years, the early Wenger years, they were the same fans who were enjoying. Well, teams like Chelsea were investing, and Manchester United and all that, they were having. Liverpool, they've had the champion. They haven't even tasted for years. They have. For so many years, they've never even tested the league. Since Wenger has come in 22 years, I'm even using Wenger as a yardstick. For the 22 years, Liverpool haven't tested the league for 22 years. That's the Wenger era for you. But you see, when supporters are when Wenger is a manager who just can't win. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me give you a scenario. When he sold Robin Van Persie, because Van Persie had threatened to run his contract down, okay, and he wanted to go, so he sold Van Persie. They asked, why did you sell Van Persie to Manchester United? Knowing that other clubs who wanted to buy, which is Juventus, they were not ready to pay the amount of money that Arsenal was asking for. Okay. Now, Van Persie goes, he wins the league, they blame Wenger.
Yeah.
Now, it goes to Sanchez. He said, no, this guy is not leaving.
Okay.
Sanchez threw tantrums and did all that he has. Now these same supporters now came back. They said that, why didn't you sell him in the summer? Because if you had sold him, he wouldn't have distracted. He sold him in January. Why did you sell him to Manchester United? So what do they want? What at all do the fans want? And listen, Arsenal fans should be very, very. I'm not saying that I wanted a change. The change that I wanted was all because of the abuse that the man was taking. Okay, Arsenal fans shouldn't just sit. I have always said that when Wenger is leaving, that's when we are going to really realize how difficult it is to manage the club, because the board, they don't give money like people think Arsenal has a lot of money to spend and Wenger wasn't spending it. No, last season was an eye opener when he was told to sell. Before he could buy. Yeah. That's the reason why he sold Oxlade-Chamberlain. And when he wanted to
Chamberlain is almost at Champions League final.
He's almost at Champions League. Unfortunately, he's not going to play anyway because of his injury. You see, but football is not all about Champions League final. Listen, they won the Champions League final in 2005. Was it 2005? Liverpool. But do you know what they are looking for? Is the league trophy. They haven't had it for years. They haven't had that league trophy for years. The time that they came close was in 2014 when Rodgers was there. That's when they came close. So every team at a point goes through a certain
spell, yeah,
a certain spell. And Arsenal was going through a spell. And people, you see, when we talk about the stadium thing and all that, and people, you are using the stadium as an excuse. They are not using the stadium as an excuse. But Arsenal at the time had to settle for getting into a top four. Okay. And managing to pay off. But when you do certain things consistently, they become part of they are ingrained in you. It becomes part of us now to accept unconsciously. Like it becomes just accept top four.
Okay.
Because they've been doing it. It was acceptable for up till 2010 because they were paying off. After they paid, it was very difficult to dewire what has been ingrained in them. That top four was almost acceptable as a trophy. They said that they were not winning trophies. Wenger won the FA Cup because they lambasted Wenger for losing the League Cup to Birmingham. He now won the FA Cup 3 times in 4 years. They said it wasn't enough. Why don't you get to the top 4? At the time he was getting to the top 4, these same supporters, these same pundits, then come to tell you top 4 is not a trophy. So what do you want? That's my point. What do you want? You say supporters just can't say, "Oh, we pay." They
are paying higher money than they want to see the Champions League.
When they go to the Emirates, okay, they go to watch people play. So they are not just paying to go and sit there and stand.
A program at the Emirates costs £3.50.
Listen. Of course, listen. The Emirates.
Do you know how much a cup of tea costs at the Emirates?
It's expensive. Everybody. That's why the Emirates is
compared to other clubs.
Yeah, other clubs. So you want to go and pay a program for Stoke for £3.50? No. Emirates is Emirates. It's the most. It's I think the most beautiful stadium in England today. When it comes to the clubs. It's the most. People go there with their experience. Look at what City is trying to do over there at the Etihad. Look at what the things that Tottenham, some of the side things that they want to also put in place in their new stadium. Why do you think they are doing all this? All to raise money. Football is business now. All these, we should have stayed at Highbury. If they were staying at Highbury, no one will call you a big club. If you're still staying at Highbury, no one is going to call you a big club. Because of it, why do you think Arsenal, upon all the losses, upon all Wenger's woes, why do you think Arsenal people still are on what do you call it? The people still are on the waiting list to even come in to get they are always almost sold. They are sold.
Right. Right. I mean, look, you are trying to make a key. You're trying to make a case for Arsenal Football Club, and I do understand. I do understand the point. I do understand where you are coming from, and it totally do makes a lot of sense. Yeah, but look, if you disagree or if you agree with what Samuel is saying, give me a call on 0208 191 7078 or 0208 6707 300. When we do come back from the news at 5 o'clock, we shall be crossing over to Egypt to speak to one of their leading journalist who's also a doctor, Dr. Hussam, someone that knows more about the Liverpool playmaker Mo Salah, and also we're going to ask him what we should expect from Mo Salah come Tuesday night in Italy. Here at London's Afropolitan Station, ABN Radio UK Sports Link Up Africa. We'll be right back.
ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan radio station. More news.
Centre at 5. John McDonnell has accused Home Secretary Amber Rudd of either being incompetent or misleading her department over the Windrush scandal. The Shadow Chancellor is among the growing number demanding she resign over it.
I stand by what Theresa May said when she was criticising Labour Home Office ministers. And she basically said, if you make decisions, you as a minister, you're responsible for your department. If something goes wrong, you should go.
Meanwhile, hundreds of MPs have signed a letter to Theresa May demanding changes to the immigration rules promised by the government are put into law. The competition watchdog is being urged to investigate the possible merger of Sainsbury's and Asda amid concerns over consumer choice. The creation of a supermarket giant has also raised fears over the impact it may have on jobs. North Korea has pledged to shut down its nuclear testing facility in May in front of international experts. Kim Jong-un announced he would invite representatives from the US to witness the closure. An 18-year-old man's been arrested after a car collided with a group of people, leaving 2 women with potentially life-changing injuries. 4 people were taken to hospital after the driver repeatedly drove into a crowd of pedestrians standing outside a nightclub in Newport. In sport, Arsene Wenger has been given a special presentation ahead of his final Premier League game as Arsenal manager against Manchester United. Live to Peter Smith at Old Trafford.
It's 1-0 to Manchester United. The pleasantries ended when the whistle sounded after Mr. Wenger got a silver salver from Sir Alex Ferguson. Pogba and Lingard had early attempts before the opening goal arrived on 60 minutes. Lukaku crossed. The Sanchez touch was diverted onto the post by Bellerin, but Paul Pogba was alert to firing the rebound from short range. United 1, Arsenal 0.
Champions Manchester City passed 100 top-flight goals for the season in a 4-1 thrashing of West Ham. Celtic have won a 7th successive Scottish Premiership title in some style, thumping rivals Rangers 5-0. And Britain's Lewis Hamilton has won the Azerbaijan Formula 1 Grand Prix. That's the latest. I'm Daisy Gray.
The Discourse on ABN Radio, engaging our community with discerning conversation.
Join me, Esther Alade, on The Discourse, where we will be redefining perspectives with authentic analysis.
Join The Discourse from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. on ABN Radio.
This Friday and every Friday on ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan radio station.
My friend gave me a knife because I wanted pride. There was an incident. I got stabbed. I realised I don't need to pick up that knife. I decided to just focus on football. It was tough. Now, I'm on the path to achieve my dream. I've been knife-free for a year. Visit knifefree.co.uk.
Consider that life wasted. Consider the heart ripped out of a family. Consider the potential never realized. Are these the things you consider when you carry a knife? It's not about street cred. It's about staying alive. Drop that knife. Save your life. What do you like for breakfast?
Well, it depends what mood I'm in. If I'm happy, I like a little bit of porridge with banana because I'm feeling healthy. If I'm in a...
Me, I like a bit of fruit. Nice apples, sliced apples.
I love
banana.
a cinnamon and raisin bagel, some scrambled eggs, and a...
I say nice English breakfast.
Salad, fruit, and orange
I
juice.
like wholemeal bagel with a bit of cream cheese on it and some bacon and then some avocado. And on the side, I like to have
Fried egg with bacon, with baked beans, toast.
I normally take my cocoa. Yeah, I'm a Ghanaian. I'm a typical Ghanaian, so I like my cocoa. I'm not too sure. I normally don't eat breakfast.
It doesn't matter how you like your breakfast, or you may not like breakfast at all, but you will love the sound of your radio when the breakfast is Afropolitan. Watch out for the new ABN Radio Breakfast Show with Efuadum and Abeye Bonsu. ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan radio station.
ABN Radio, home of Afrobeats.
Right, welcome back to London's Afropolitan Station, ABN Radio UK. This is Sports Link Up. Africa of me, Ken Tekufo. And I'll still also go with me in the studio, Samuel Sapon. If you want to join in the conversation, the number to call, if you want to join in the conversation, the number to call is 0208 1917078 or 0208 6707300. But we're going to cross over to Egypt to speak to somebody that knows Mo Salah really, really, really well. Dr. Hossam, Doctor, very good afternoon to you. How you doing? Hello, Doctor, can you hear us? Hello, Doc, can you hear me? Well, it looks like the line is really, really faint. Doctor, can you hear me? Right, I don't know what is going on there, but when we do get Dr. Hossam, we'll try and bring Dr. Hossam back on the line again. Samuel, let me come back to you, Sammy. What is happening at the Old Trafford at the moment?
Yeah, it's Man United 1, Arsenal 0. And it's looked like Man United is taking over and running around the Arsenal players at the moment. It's as it was it's expected. But I think so far it's been a good game so far. Mm-hmm. And surprisingly, I think Old Trafford is not packed. As if they were aware. Mm-hmm. They are aware that Arsenal was going to is not going to be one of the great spectacles that they've had seen over the years. Okay. Matches involving these two sides. It's not packed like you associate with Arsenal, Man United matches at the Old Trafford. So it's still 1-0, almost 40 minutes played, and it's 1-0.
Right, it's over 40 minutes played, it's 1-0. Do you see Arsenal coming back into the game, or?
Yeah, because they've been creating chances. I think I'm impressed with what they have. I hope they don't. It doesn't really get into their heads, and because so far I think they've held their, even though they are down by a goal, I think so far they've done okay. They've done okay.
Okay, talking about we've done okay. I've just been signaling about our producer that let's try to see if we can get Dr. Hossam in Egypt. Dr. Hossam, a very good afternoon to you. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello, Doctor. Can you hear me? All right, it looks to me that his line is really bad. Dr. Hossam, can you hear me? Doctor? Doc, can you hear me? Well, we're still struggling to get Dr. Hossam. So once we get Dr. Hossam, we'll try his line again to see if we can get him. Right, Sammy, let's move on to the before we even talk about Champions League or maybe Europa League. Let's talk about the race for the top four. City has won the league. Mourinho and Manchester United are up there as well. Now, Liverpool is also up there as well, but the place for the top four, the fourth position for that Champions League spot, it looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Yeah, it's going to go down to the wire. I think Chelsea, because they've put in a string of wins in the past. I think their past 3 matches, league games, and which has shut them up a bit. See, the hope that people have when it comes to what is happening now, that Chelsea might sneak in at the expense of Tottenham, is because of what has happened to Tottenham in the past. They tend to just buckle, and when it's getting tough, so they're getting to the end of when they don't really reach their target. And their target this season was to win a trophy, which was the FA Cup, and because of the loss to United, to United last Saturday, I think it's if it affects them like it's in subsequent seasons, some of these defeats have affected them, then Chelsea have every opportunity to sneak in.
I mean, Chelsea, looking at the way Chelsea, that goal from Fabregas, classic, looking at the way Chelsea performed yesterday, Conte came out to say, look, they need to keep breathing down Tottenham's neck, which they are doing right now. 2 points, a lot can happen in the game that we see on a daily basis. But do you reckon if Conte don't win the FA Cup, he doesn't get Chelsea into the top 4, do you think his job is at stake?
Conte, I think he can't even wait. He can't even wait for the season to end for him to leave.
Okay.
It's just that if he had his way, he would have sacked himself and tried to maybe get money. Well, but right now, because he's waiting for them to sack him so that he'll be compensated. I think that's the only thing. I believe Conte has not been treated fairly.
Okay.
Because you don't.
Why is that?
Yeah, a manager doesn't win. You don't. A manager, a league-winning manager, doesn't win. After winning the league, the next season, you don't support him financially. You don't support him to beef the team up in order for him to compete again. Especially when he was even now going to play in the Champions League. I think he has not been treated fairly. And because look at City. Last season they were was it third also? And City now, what they did was that they beefed up their team. Guardiola said to them, listen, I need these players to compete. And he made sure that the hierarchy made sure that those players were delivered. And after being giving him what he wanted, at least he won them the league and the League Cup. And we are talking of someone who won the league. And even the one who didn't even win a trophy last season is beefing his team up. Yeah, and you just sit down and not, and you see, I think that has been Chelsea's for the past few years. Mourinho did it, and the following season they sort of cut Mourinho's budget to beef his team up. Yeah, and then it affected their performance. Mourinho was out. Okay, and it's the same thing that they are doing to Conte. You see, the good thing about Conte is that Conte is a coach. He teaches he brings the best out of players. He come in, pick players from nowhere, and that's and this. I think the Chelsea hierarchy, they've realized that, and they want to also use it to also cut the budget that they use, because they know Conte can get the best out of certain players. Yeah. So but he is telling you that no, I need this player. I need at least get him the player. You don't buy a manager, a coach. You don't buy him a player and tell him to transform the player. At least give him that right to tell you that these are the players that I need. These are players that I'm looking for. But you don't go and buy him. Okay, use this. No, and that's what's happening at Chelsea. I think Conte has come out indirectly. He has said it. Yeah. That he's not really much involved. Then what's the point? You get a manager there, and the manager is not involved in
a coach like a coach like Conte's caliber. I mean, he will fit perfectly into anything. He can even fit perfectly into Arsenal Football Club. He can walk into any club, any job. Personally, why Chelsea are treating him that way is something that
if he's available at the end of the season, maybe because Arsenal want to get their thing done early. Oh wow, okay. That's the reason why maybe they are not.
So are you? Well, is that an exclusive? Are you trying to chuck Conte into?
No, the thing is that I will get Conte all day. I will get Conte all day. You see, he's a manager who wants to be loved. If you give him that support.
Yeah, I mean, he's got something about him. Yeah, definitely.
He's got something about him. If you give him that support, he will give everything to the club. Check out last season. He will give everything to the club, and he will make certain players better. I believe, because he's a coach. He reminds me of Wenger's early days. Right. Wenger will get all these players who have been like all these top teams are Juventus. It's just like Juventus what is his name? I think Juventus Thierry Henry was being used as a wing back because of his speed. Wenger brought him in, used him as a winger, and converted him into a striker. It's like Wenger. He reminds me of Wenger's old days, like that. And if you get a coach like this for us now, fantastic. And at least if you give him about 50% of the authority that Wenger had.
Do you see Chelsea? Well, the FA Cup, they can even still win a silverware. I think they can get someone. They can get something over Mourinho. I mean, do you see them winning the FA Cup? Do you think that'll be probably their contest ticket for silverware?
I told you last week that on paper, if you're looking at player for player, they have better players than
United.
United. They have player for player on paper. They have better players than United. Right. You understand? And they are my favorites to. For the only thing is that, and I think Conte will break that dark that has been hanging over him for a very long time. He's not. I think he's won. a lookout like a trophy, be the League Cup, even in Italy.
Yeah.
He's won the league and all that. But all these, the trophies, the domestic trophies, he haven't really won any domestic trophy.
Yes, indeed.
And against Arsenal, before even the match, that was what was said. And unfortunately for him, Arsenal won again. So I think this is a time for him to also, especially when he's not winning the league, this is a time for him to, and I believe he's going to get it. I watched their game, and I realized the guy who came to replace this guy, what's his name? Alonso, Emerson guy. He's done so well. The guy came in, and I think this is his chance, and he has been given the opportunity, and he's doing so well. I think he's the type of manager who will go in and tell you and say to the players, you know what, this is what I want you to do. Go and enjoy yourself.
Yes,
and
indeed.
It pays for him.
Yes,
so
indeed.
I believe that he's not been treated fairly at all. And if he leaves and Arsenal hasn't gotten the manager that they want, I think he should just move from the west to the north.
To the north. That's a very good point. You put your argument across. If you're listening to us or you're watching us live on YouTube and you disagree with what someone is saying, give us a call on 0208 1917078 or 0208 86707300 or 0788747590. That's the number to test us on. Someone wants to know that, you know what, you're trying to make a case for Conte, thinking maybe Conte might jump bridge and probably move to the other side of London, which is North London, which is Arsenal. The person wants to know, do you think Arsenal will give Conte the chance, the space, and the time to prove himself?
Arsenal,
looking at the generation that we're living in at the moment, we're living in a time where football has changed. No manager is going to be given maybe another 5 years contract. It's not going to happen anywhere.
No. Normally, Wenger was not given 22-year contract. It's just that he renews.
I wonder probably Wenger even signed his own contract. Who knows?
Yeah, because he's that powerful, and he earned it. You see, Wenger didn't just...
He earned it by winning what?
He earned it by winning the trophy. He earned it by... You see, Wenger was... he is.
Today I'm going to drill you. Wenger
is a revolutionary.
Don't you think if Wenger was at any football club, clubs like Manchester United, club like talking about Chelsea, they would have gotten rid of Arsene Wenger by now.
Yeah, they would have gotten rid of Arsene Wenger. They wouldn't. Wenger will not be playing with the player that he's playing at. We forget that.
So if we go to the record books, if Arsenal have signed players on top money.
No, let me. It was recently that they started buying players on top money. You remember the season
they have?
No, they on top money, and even on top, even recently, they are not even.
You know what? I'm just enjoying this conversation to the point I've even forgotten that my time is far gone. Listen, if you want to join in the conversation, the number to call is 0208 1917078 or 0208 6707 or you can even WhatsApp or text me on 0788747590. Someone just testing saying Kente and Samuel, great show, guys. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for listening to us. And when we do come back, we still will try and see if we can cross over to Egypt to speak to someone that knows Mo Salah very well. And still to come on the show as well, we'll be crossing over to Zambia to speak to one of their leading sports journalists to get his views on that tragedy that hit the country 20 years ago. So all this and more coming up right after this, so keep locked in.
Wondering where we are off to? Well, from the 1st of May 2018, ABN TV will be moving from Sky Channel 235 to Sky Channel 195. ABN TV is still available on Virgin TV Channel 842. ABN TV, your favorite black broadcaster. Tune in to the new ABN Breakfast Show from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. The London City Show has evolved into an all-new breakfast show with sizzling slices of juicy newsy current affairs served with junior jumbo-sized convos on issues you should be aware of. What did I just say? The ABN Breakfast Show, the Afropolitan breakfast you can't afford to miss.
Consider the heart ripped out of a family. Consider the potential never realized. Are these the things you consider when you carry a knife? It's not about street cred. It's about staying alive. Drop that knife, save your life.
We're online, DAB, and the ABN Radio app.
I hope I can hear both lines, yeah? Zagadat.
What else?
Don't mute anything.
It's your body. Over the pump,
Jules, baby.
My girl, she no be number one. Cause my girl, she be the perfect one. She's not too fat, not too scream. She be the perfect one. She's not too loud, not too dark. Anytime where I see her, anytime where I see her, when I'm holding her hand, or when we're doing something, she dey tell me she dey feel, 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 oh, she dey feel the anointing. Anytime where I give out, she dey feel the anointing. Feel, she dey feel, she dey feel, she dey feel, she dey feel, oh, she dey feel the anointing. Anytime where I give out, she dey feel the anointing. My girl, baby, me and you, my girl, against the wall, nobody there, you be the only one, make you no fear, anytime where I see her, anytime where I see her, when I'm holding her hand, or when we're doing something, she say she dey feel it, she dey feel, she dey feel, she dey feel, oh, she dey feel the anointing. Anytime where I give out, she dey feel the anointing. Feel, she dey feel, she dey feel, she dey feel, she dey feel, oh, she dey feel the anointing. Anytime where I kiss out, she dey feel.
Man, I go to show you shades of love, black to grey. I go love move, but I have to stay. Sweet seduction, stimulate your mind. Sweeter than a Madonna, you're one of a kind. It's kinda dangerous, it's so dangerous. Need a love guru to explain to us. And send me brave, but then I don't discuss.
Right, time check is just gone past. It's 25 minutes past 5, and you're still listening to London's Afropolitan Station, ABN Radio UK. This is Port Link Cup Africa of me, Kente, and I have to go with me in the studio, Samuel Sapon. If you want to join in the conversation, give me a call on 0208 191 7078 or 0208 670 7300. Samuel, it looks like you got a smile on your face. What has now come back?
No, it's half time. It's 1-0.
Oh, so what? I thought that smile on your face. So maybe.
No, that smile on my face shows that I'm happy that Wenger is going, but he's not going on a high, winning the Europa League.
All right, listen. Samuel, before I even bring our next the gentleman who's on the line patiently waiting to speak to us, let me ask you, 20 years ago, where were you 20 years ago when that plane crashed on their way to Senegal for that World Cup qualifier? That was a sudden day, wasn't it, for African football, even for football on a whole?
Oh yeah, it was a sad time. I was in Ghana at the time and we were familiar with these players because Ghana had played in the Senegal '92 tournament. Ghana had played them. Blaster had played them in the quarterfinals. Yeah, and we have all the names for Chabala, Peter Mwanza, and all these players. For that to happen the following year, it was really a sad story. It was really a sad story, and I remember in '94 when they went all over to the final, people were saying that it was the ghosts of the departed, who were they were inspired to place a very sad story, and 20 years down the line, we still remember them. May their souls rest in peace.
Yes, indeed. May their souls rest in perfect peace. But we've got a gentleman on the line, Motaliso Piri, one of their leading sports journalists in Zambia, joining us on the line to talk about the 20th anniversary. Motaliso, a very good afternoon to you. Right. Motaliso, it's been almost 20 years now. Do you think Zambia has recovered from what happened 20 years ago?
It's actually been 25 years. The plane crash happened in 1993, which makes it 25 years.
25 years, yeah.
We have done, the memory still lives on, especially for the families of those who perished, and especially for the children who are now adults who never got to know their fathers. But in terms of recovery, football-wise, Zambia seems to have recovered, because after that tragedy, Zambia went on to reach the finals in 1994 of the Africa Cup, losing to Nigeria.
Yes, indeed.
And then thereafter, they qualified for every tournament until 2004 when they failed. And after that, they have done well until they won the championship, the title, the continental title in 2012. So in terms of recovering as a football nation, we could say Zambia has recovered, though is still yet to qualify for the World Cup, which that team was seen to be capable of.
Okay, I totally agree with you on that. But do you reckon that what happened 25 years ago had any implication? I know you said you managed to qualify for the next thing, but you even went on to win an African Cup of Nations. Do you think locally, for the local football, do you think that incident has had any impact? It's one of the reasons why maybe Zambia football has not been able to qualify for one of the biggest tournaments, which is the World Cup. Do you think it had any impact on it?
I could say it had an immediate impact on clubs which had players like especially Power Dynamos. Power Dynamos was a very strong team then, and it contributed several players to the national team at the time.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, so since then, the club only managed to win, I think, one title since that time, one or two titles, especially after that time, but it used to be a dominant force around that time.
Yep.
And so the effect on the national team especially hasn't really been felt, because we have a new generation of players, new ambitions and so on, yet the World Cup, I could not attribute it, the failure to qualify cannot be attributed to what happened in 1993.
Okay, I mean, one of your captains, Christopher Katungo, sorry if I mentioned the name wrongly, Katungo said he thinks...
Christopher Katungo.
Yes, Christopher Katungo. Katungo thinks the government should do more to honor those that suffered that tragedy back in 1993. What do you got to say to that?
Well, already there is a school of thought which suggests that a lot has already been done in terms of compensating the families. There was compensation of 10 years after the tragedy. And several other well-wishers have made donations to the families. But then the question that has been asked was if these families, it's like they are being given special attention. How about the other families whose breadwinners died in the course of national duty? Should government also continue to support their families? Okay. And if so, at what point does that stop?
Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot. That makes a perfect sense. I do understand where you are coming from. Were you thinking maybe if they are going to be giving special attention, maybe those that also lost in the struggle for Zambia also need to be given a special attention, which makes sense. Let me ask you, Zambian football. What is the plan for Zambian football? Where do you see Zambian football in the next 5 years on a short term?
Well, especially because I watch the local league, week in and week out, and I've been writing for Super Sport. For the past 6 years now, and I have seen improvement with each season. Okay. And if the trend continues, Zambian football will be among the best. We'll be able to compete with the leagues in North Africa and the South African League.
Yes, indeed. They are dominating African football at the moment, aren't they?
Yes.
Yes, I totally agree with you on that. So let me ask you, one of the legends of Zambian football, I'll probably say the one and only Kalusha Bwala, somebody that I had a chance, I nearly had a chance of getting him onto this show. Kalusha Bwala, I mean, since he became the FA head, the head of the FA, what contribution has he made any difference, you think?
Well, Kalusha is no longer president of the FA.
Okay.
He left in 2016. Mm-hmm. But it is during his time as president of the FA that Zambia won the Africa Cup of Nations.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It is also during his tenure that the women's team made it to the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, and the under-17 women's team also qualified to the World Cup.
Yes, indeed.
The FIFA World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And during his time, all junior teams, age group teams, managed to qualify for continental championships.
Yes, indeed.
Although they never made it to win the title, but they were always there.
Yes, indeed. My last question to you is, we've got the World Cup, 2018 World Cup around the corner in Russia come this summer. And we've got a couple of African representatives at the World Cup, talking about Egypt, Morocco, Senegal. How do you see all the Nigeria? How do you see all these African teams? How do you see them? Do you think they'll probably get out of their group, or do you think they even get out of their group and even do much better than we expected them to do?
Well, I focus on the group that has Morocco, where we have Portugal and Spain.
Yep.
That's and Iran. I think that's going to be very tough, and I'm especially interested in that group because their coach Heverina is partly Zambian. Although he's French, he has Zambian nationality.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
So I'm interested in that group, but it is going to be tough. For Morocco. Nigeria were in the same group as Zambia. Mm-hmm. They actually surprised all of us, Algeria, Cameroon, and Zambia, that they topped that group, because we expected that maybe Algeria and Cameroon would have been the ones to be fighting it at the top.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
As for Egypt, they have one of the best players this year, and
Salah.
Especially the African footballer of the year, Mohamed Salah. Yes, and there will be a lot of expectation placed on him at the World Cup, and we can only hope that his current form will help his national team.
Yes, indeed.
And as for Senegal and Tunisia, Well, I can only pick out individuals from those teams, and I hope they'll also be as proud, especially Senegal. We can only hope that they do what they did in 2002.
Yes, indeed. Mutaliso, thank you very much. It's been a privilege coming on the show on a short notice, and I'm hoping probably we'll try to get a chance to speak to you again very, very soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and have a lovely day.
Bye.
Bye. Right, that was Moteliso Perry, all the way from Zambia, giving his views on 20 years or 25 years down the line, what happened in that fatal plane crash in Zambia. The plane that was carrying, I think, 25 members of the national team, including the crew members of the flyer as well. Sad day, 1993, something that will live with us forever and ever. They just celebrated 20 years. They had their 20 years anniversary. Samuel, let me come to you. Any news from Old Trafford? What is going on at Old Trafford before we cross over to Egypt to speak to Mohamed Salah's own friend, Dr. Hussam, to try and get his views on what to expect from Dr. Mohamed Salah come Tuesday in the Champions League, Sammy?
Yeah, it's now 1-1. Henry Mkhitaryan scored, has just scored for...
Whoa, he's back and he scored.
Yeah. It's called for
the look on your face. It's your. Let me put the camera on you. Okay.
I'm loving this.
The Mkhitaryan scored for us now. What kind of reaction did he get? I mean, look. Let's be honest with ourselves. Old Trafford. They loved him.
Yeah, of course. I don't think he showed any disrespect to them, but it's a game that he's just come back from injury. You understand, and I think he, by and large, his move to Arsenal so far has been a bit successful because he's been scoring. He's scored goals, he's created assists, and all that. So for him to have come back immediately from injury and been thrown into a match of that magnitude and scored against his former club, I think that's really fulfilling. They may try to put it like bottle it, but
it's not happening. All right,
you can bottle that.
All right, anything happens, try and bring us up to speed later. If you're still listening, if you just joined in the conversation, you're still listening to London Metropolitan Station ABN Radio UK. If you want to join in the conversation, the number to call is 0208 1917078 or 0208-670-7300. You can even WhatsApp or text us on 07887475940. A lot of text messages are coming in, but before we go for our break, someone just said to Kente, great interview with that Zambian. Hold on, it's a great interview with that Zambian sports journalist to give us an insight of what is going on in Zambian football, especially the 20th anniversary. So come on, guys, it's the 20th anniversary. It is something big. It's topical. We cannot leave it out, isn't it? And also, someone is just asking, are you guys going to try and get Mohamed Salah's friend on the line from Egypt? We are doing our best. We'll try and get him on the show for you guys. Keep listening to London's Metropolitan Station ABN Radio UK. When we get back, we'll try and see if we can get hold of Mr. Dr. Hussein all the way in Egypt. Keep locked in.
Mixpiration with Bright every Sunday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. is just fun. It's exciting. It's a mix of contemporary R&B and pop gospel music right here on ABN Radio. Enjoy great tunes every Sunday evening with Bright on Mixpiration, a blend of great inspiring songs just for your Sunday evening relaxation. Tune in from 6 to 8 p.m. this and every Sunday on ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan radio station.
It was a well-paying job, respectable, wearing a suit and tie every day. But I drank 24/7. Drank on the way to work, drank at work.
I never could come to terms with admitting that I had an alcohol problem or a pill problem.
I decided to get clean, and so I went to the Narconon program.
Not only did I handle my drug addiction, I completely knew how to live life.
Call Narconon today at 01435 512 460.
01435 512 460.
It's here, the African Gospel Music and Media Awards 2018, celebrating excellence. On the 2nd of June 2018, at East London Arts and Music Main Auditorium, 45 Maltings Close, Bromley by Bow, London, E3 3TA, from 6 p.m, featuring Joe Beto, Diana Hamilton, Isabella, Called Out Music, Shekinah, Dena Mwanga, Afri David, Angel Bernard, Judith Sefuma, Blessing Ali, and Reaper's Choir. For tickets and information, visit AfricanGospelMusicAwards.com or call 07906 932 670. The African Gospel Music and Media Awards 2018, celebrating excellence.
Clap your hands and dance it.
What do you like for breakfast?
Well, it depends what mood I'm in. If I'm happy, I like a little bit of porridge with banana because I'm feeling healthy. If I'm in a...
Me, I like a bit of fruit. Nice apples, sliced apples.
I love a cinnamon and raisin bagel, some scrambled eggs, and a...
I say nice English breakfast.
I like wholemeal bagel with a bit of cream cheese on it and some bacon and then some avocado. And on the side, I like to have
fried egg with bacon, with baked beans, toast.
I normally take my cocoa. Yeah, I'm a Ghanaian. I'm a typical Ghanaian, so I like my cocoa.
I'm not too sure. I normally know you.
It doesn't matter how you like your breakfast, or you may not like breakfast at all, but you will love the sound of your radio when the breakfast is Afropolitan. Watch out for the new ABN Radio Breakfast Show with Efuadum and Abeye Bonsu. ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan radio station.
Consider that life wasted. Consider the heart of the family ripped apart. Consider the potential never realized. Are these the things you consider when you carry a knife? It's not about street cred or respect. It's about staying alive. Drop that knife and save a life. Gently, slowly, supporting all family and young people.
Aja guide me from my enemy. Yo, this is Shatta Wali and you're listening to ABN Radio. Man.
Yes, that was Magic System Premier Garo that you just listening to. You can't go wrong with Magic System, can you? Alright, and you cannot go wrong with the player at the moment, Mohamed Salah. You can't go wrong with Mohamed Salah, can you? Joining us on the line is someone that knows Mohamed Salah a bit inside and out. Joining us all the way from Egypt is one of his friends, Dr. Hossam. Doctor, a very good afternoon to you. Hello, Doctor, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Right, Doctor. Look, I've been trying to get you on the show for quite a long time, and the listeners have been waiting for quite a long time, so I'm glad that finally I've been able to get hold of you. What kind of an impact has Mohamed Salah had on Egypt at the moment? What is the feeling like on the street of Egypt?
Honestly, Salah now is the top. This achievement in European football to be here in the Premier League, it is not easy, and it is a great achievement for him.
Okay. Hello, Dr. Karim.
In the
Yes, indeed. I mean, look, I know he has had an impact on even the kids, the children, the young ones, the youth, everyone. I mean, look, they've got a big game coming up against Roma next week, Tuesday. How do you see Salah's performance? I mean, he scored a very good goal against Roma, his former team. How do you see that game panning out?
Very, very good. There is achievement for him. the best game he played in England, because he reached a brilliant performance in this game.
If Liverpool do qualify for the finals in Kiev in Ukraine, the final, I think the final is on the 26th of May, and the Ramadan starts on the 15th of May. Is that going to have any impact on Mo Salah? Is he going to fast? Do you think?
Sure. The from I think
hello, Doctor, can you hear me? Okay. Look, I think we'll try and get Doctor back on the line. Doctor, are you still on? Look, we'll try and get Doctor back on a better line next time because of our time. Sammy, I mean, look, when the program is getting a bit more interesting, then when our lines keep playing up. But we'll try and get Dr. Hossam back on the line again. I'm really disappointed, if I'm honest with you, but I'll try and get Dr. Hossam back on the line. Has there been any kind of anything exciting at Old Trafford?
Not yet, but the pressure is on Arsenal. As you would expect, the pressure is on Arsenal. It's been all united, and I can see Fellaini and Rashford has been introduced already, and I can see Fellaini and Martial about to be introduced.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Samuel, let me get the last word from you because of our time. Where do you see come Tuesday? Do you see Liverpool Football Club getting into the Champions League final?
Yeah, I believe that Roma left. I think they've given themselves a very tall mountain to climb, and I think if they are looking to replicate what they did with Barcelona, it's going to be very difficult when it comes to, because they're going to be very difficult to score against Liverpool.
I mean, Liverpool's an attacking side, isn't it? They can score from all fronts. Yeah. And also, what about the next game at the Bernabeu? How do you see that one panning out?
It's I really I don't know if because of the players that they were missing, but Bayern Munich played very poorly, and
yes, they did actually.
They were very, very poor, and I don't see them going to the Bernabeu unless maybe the Vidals and all these players, the Alaba and all that, also come in, and Lewandowski is on song. If that doesn't happen, I don't see them causing any upset.
You don't see them causing any upset. And let's quickly move on to Europa League. Arsenal vs Atletico Madrid in Spain.
It's an exciting time, and it's an exciting match. This is a match that you're going in. The manager is not under any pressure, because he's leaving at the end of the season anyway. The players are not under any pressure to do it, even though they say they are going to do it for the manager. I think when these players, especially Arsenal players over the years, when when there's no pressure on them, they have this liberty to play their game, and because they have to score, now they know that because it's clear to them that you are going there, you have to score. So you have instead of maybe being 1-0 up, going there not knowing, we're caught in two minds, whether to defend your goal, the goal that you have, or so. I think it's going to be exciting. People have written Arsenal off, but I believe Arsenal will come out of this.
You think Arsenal they've got what it takes to come out of the game,
come out of this and progress?
Yes. Okay. That's very good shot. Thank you very much for that. And lastly, let me ask you, who do you reckon is going to take over from Arsene Wenger? Has there been any names coming up?
No, there are a lot of names that has been bandied around. You have Luis Enrique, who seems to be the favorite.
Allegri also.
Leonardo Jardim at Monaco. And but personally, I think Jardim fits everything Arsenal is looking for. They say that it has to be bold. Jardine bring, and they want to someone who also bring the youth through.
Yes, indeed.
Jardine is a coach, he's a tactician. Jardine, I believe Jardine will fit Arsenal very well.
Jardine will definitely fit Arsenal very well. All right, that's all time will permit us for today. And thank you very much if you just logged in. Thank you very much for joining. Thanks for your company once again. Same time next week on London Metropolitan Station, ABN Radio UK. Sports Link Up Africa with May Kente and Samuel Sapon. Keep logged in. And coming up next is Mispiration by Bright. So keep logged in, don't go anywhere, and Bright is here to entertain you. God bless you and have a lovely week. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Go to my